How good are tri-foldable phones cameras? This is something where I feel like when you spend as much money as tri-foldable phones cost, you should be getting the best cameras possible. Tri-foldable phones are $3,000. And that's a big chunk of change. You know, so this article here from Android Central says Huawei's tri-foldable phone beats every other foldable phone handily. And they're talking about for the cameras, which again, it says here, puts all other camera affordable phones to shame. They really should. It really should. For the price tag of what this Huawei phone is costing, I should see absolute excellence from the cameras in this phone. The sensor should be perfect. Everything should be perfect. But let's just go down and see how it compares to a Oppo Find N5, which, to be honest, is at this point now a 1.5-year-old phone. But let's just see. So this is Oppo's Find N5. This is Huawei Mate XT. Yeah, but the Oppo Find N5 I can get for like $1,000 right now. I don't know. Does it look like $2,000 more worth to you value-wise? It looks good. It does. How about this? You get an Oppo Find N5 and you get a Sony A7 III and you call it quits. I'm just kidding. All right, so our next picture we have here is going to be... Okay, so one thing you can tell right away. Mate XT, the colors are popping. Okay, it has very strong colors. You see the grass here, it is popping with the green. The background, the colors are really strong and in your face. What you normally see from iPhones. Normally from like Android phones, Samsung, type phones, what you normally see is this, more drawn out, kind of softer colors when it comes to pictures. iPhones are usually like in your face, like, hey, look at all these beautiful colors, whatever. I prefer Android/Samsung phones normally because I like the more minimalistic. I also change a lot of my photos in Lightroom, so that's also probably why. But if you want more just like in your face, bam, that's what the Mate XT is going to give you. And looking at this picture right here, again, does it look insanely better? I wouldn't say insanely better personally, no. I wouldn't say it looks like a $2,000 difference, no. Now, keep in mind, the Oppo Find N5 did retail MSRP for $1,800. I'm talking about right now, you could find the, Oppo Find N5 or the OnePlus Open for roughly around $1,000. So, it is like, price tag wise, is it $1,200 better? I don't know, but you're not going to be able to get no one's going to ever be able to get the Mate XT for retail or MSRP. You're going to pay the scalper's price. So here's a real cool thing. You see this little screen right here where my mouse is? You might not know that's a screen. This one, you could tell it's a screen. So Oppo Find N5, again, has more detail than the Mate XT. Look at this little bridge right here. See? A lot more detail. So, and this is usually what happens with Android phones. They have a lot more detail, but they have softer colors, while more in your face, kind of stronger colors, but the detail isn't there as much with iPhones, or phones like iPhones, I would say. When you look at it side by side, a lot more detail in this one than this one. But the colors are way better in the Huawei Mate XT. I mean, those colors are like poppin', look beautiful. Although you know what? I say that, but then look at this image. Oppo's image looks actually a little bit more colorful and vibrant. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, it looks a lot more vibrant in Oppo's one than it does on Huawei's. And next one on the docket here, we have our last image. Again, they're both beautiful cameras. They're both getting the job done. Although Google is usually like the Google Pixel 10 Pro, 9 Pro Fold does not have the best cameras. It doesn't. But that's pretty much common for Google. Google does not give you the best cameras in their smartphones. I have no idea why. Okay. So this is like a bigger image, actually. Yeah, so it's more zoomed in. I mean, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. What do you guys think? Which one, if you had unlimited money and you say, hey, I really want the best camera, which one would you go for? This Mate XT, this is vibrant. Okay, the colors are everywhere. This is a little bit more drawn out, but I like this better. It's more detail. It looks more crisp. While this looks like, yeah, it's flashy and everything, but you can see, look at the lens flare. It's like the flaring off the lens because of all the colors. This does it a little bit, but not as bad. But tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one. Peace.